Lynchburg, Virginia, better known as Hill City, an historic place that takes pride in nature's beauty and a love of art and music. And of course, with every good city comes a good bar or two. Welcome to a place where we get personal intakes of real-life bar situations from actual bar workers and bar goers. So grab a drink, take a seat. You're about to enter Bar Zone. All right, welcome to Bar Zone, where we discuss bar topics while also checking out a local bar in the area. I'm your host, Ty. Let's have a look. The Yellow Sub is a neighborhood-friendly sub shop that offers a great deal more. From wings to burgers to award-winning black pit barbecue, the Yellow Sub will have something for your taste buds, along with 9 different local taps and a variety of bottled beer and wine to choose from. Great laid-back atmosphere since 1972, with an exceptional Wednesday night trivia. You go out, you want to have a good time, but there's always that one guy or girl that wants to start trouble.
It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Those can be career ending for promoters.
Yeah, people talk trash to you. Yeah, and you throw them out, and then they, talk shit, try to start fights. Yeah, absolutely.
The majority of them is females for real, in my experience. The dudes not so much, but you do have your certain situations where dudes will start a fight. And from a bouncer's perspective, it's all about being aware and watching body language.
There's no reason to start a fight in a bar. I mean, just do it somewhere else.
It can be very interesting. I guess it just depends on who it is, how many people, what they're arguing about. Sometimes it's stupid. When you get drunk, you get mad about petty things.
Over like a boy and a girl. It's usually over a girl, I feel like, when a fight starts. Mm-hmm. It's over a girl.
I mean, think about it. You have a seriously bad fight. Someone pulls out a strap. Someone goes down. Either a venue's going to get shut down. The promoter's going to be put out of business because now he's got a bad reputation. Oh, there's fights at his stuff. Like that's the number one thing we don't want to happen.
Like, one thing I always tell people, like, if you got beef with a person, 9 times out of 10, y'all know where each other live at. Y'all know where each other hang out at. So if you're not going to handle your beef out there in the street, don't bring it here. Because if you bring it here, then I got to get involved. And if I get involved, you're really not going to like the outcome.
Yeah. I've probably wanted to a time or two. It happens. I'm sure I had a buddy of mine who used to like to start fights at bars and come over and be like, hey man, that guy was talking trash to me. But hey man, why are you talking shit to my friend? But I said nothing to that guy at all. It was just one of those friends who would do that from time to time. But yeah, I mean, it happens. People start them. I personally, I think maybe when I was younger, I'd been more inclined to, but I'm not interested in fighting in a bar.
You're with a lot of people, and it's not fun. Everyone wants to have fun, and it's just like, it just ruins everything, I feel like.
And then you find people all the time, like when they come to the bar and say, for instance, they want to end up, they want a crowd to be around them. That's the reason why they get loud, they get obnoxious. They want a crowd to be around them, and sometimes the crowd feeds that
and hype it up.
that behavior from that drunk. So when they getting loud, and one of them said they want to do something to one another, and all of them said they're going to do something to one another, to me, they both scared.
I really, honestly, I'm like, be less aggressive, man. It's just, like, come on, we're in closed quarters, like, you're going to bump into people. When people bump into me, unless it's deliberate, like, I don't say anything. Like, I'm not really worried about it. I know you're in closed quarters, like, you weren't ready to come out in the first place if you weren't ready for someone to bump into you. Like, I've got a sneaker habit, but if someone steps on my shoes, it's not going to end my night at the bar because someone stepped on my sneaker. Like, they've got cleaning stuff, and if you can't clean it, then you shouldn't have worn them to the bar in the first place.
I had quite a few. Normally, girls fighting each other because one of them slept with their dude, or guys fighting over a girl, or some dudes even come out and, they're flashing money and it pisses somebody else off and they get offended. So they want to, try to be the big man and starts fights.
It's usually over a guy, somebody sleeping with somebody's man.
That's the way it is, yeah.
Like, in our experience, my experience is, if you have beef in the club with somebody, it ain't gonna be them two that spark off the fight.
No.
It's gonna be their friends.
The
that spark off the
cheerleaders.
fight.
We call them cheerleaders.
Yeah, the cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders. Yeah.
So really anything could set it off. Nothing that's in our control as a promoter or as a bartender or as a venue owner. It's just that 1 in a million chance something's going to happen, and you got to be prepared for it.
Like a lot of screaming. Oh, typically it's just guys, but just shouting, and it's never really like I haven't experienced like a real fight in the bar. I think it's just like aggressively like shouting at each other.
I just think it's dumb to fight when you're out to have a good time. Like, now I understand your little dumb stuff you're gonna have with your friends. Like, that's just having friends. Like, you're gonna fight with them. But as far as fighting some random person in a bar, there's only a few situations where that would be necessary.
I started when I was young, and I started when I had a lot of great other bouncers ahead of me that taught me how to look out for people's body language, how to try to talk to people. What we used to call it is talk and walk. So that means talk to them lightly, kindly, walk them out the door. After they get out the door, do not let them back in. So we just do what they call the talk and walk. Up until, my years of me doing the bouncing thing myself, I said, hey, now I got to, because the younger crowd is totally different than how it used to be. Mm-hmm. See, back in the day when they used to have nice places to go and hang out at, people they more reluctant to sit up there and scarf their new shoes or their new pants or whatever. But these young kids out here now, man, they just off the chain, man. So they don't really care. So the only thing that you can do is put hands on them to make them stop doing what they're doing.
It just happens. There's just some people who can't handle their alcohol. Like, I know how I'll space my drinks out. Like, I'm not going to take 4 shots in 10 minutes and then drink a beer after and then take another 4 shots 10 minutes later. It's probably going to be pretty drunk pretty fast. Then you lose control there. So, they should give a little moderation seminar to people before they go to the bar so they're like, I can enjoy the whole night and not just the first half an hour of it. So,
honestly, just try to break it up, figure the responsible parties are, and try to either get one out and leave the other in so there's nothing that happens outside, or, just get your bouncers to handle it. That's why they're there,
It's easier when you have, last couple places I worked in, we didn't have bouncers or anything like that. It's much easier if you have a bouncer, a guy working the door. You'd be like, hey, man, he's got to go, then they shuffle him out of the building. It's a little easier to do it that way than when you just, time to go, I'm going to have to call the police,
We choke them.
Yeah.
We choke them out. We do what we
Dump them.
Yeah, we do what we got to do. At that point, everything's so highly elevated, you don't have time enough to sit there and react and try to talk to them in a cordial way, because right now they are just like ready to collide. So at that point, nobody is listening. This side is not listening. This side is not listening. So at that point, that's when
you gotta try to pinpoint the main aggressors.
The main aggressors.
Get in the middle.
Right.
And
get that person out.
Ain't no stop, y'all, stop. No.
Yeah, you can't do
Come
that.
here.
Yeah.
Do not get too drunk too quickly. Pace yourself. Bartender.
So I'm out at the bar, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, things get a little awkward.
I laugh. And the reason why I laugh is because I know that it's 9 times out of 10, it's the emotional point of the alcohol kicking in onto them.
Sometimes I've seen dudes cry, yes. Girls cry. I'd see more likely to see a girl cry in a bar than a guy, but yeah, I've seen both.
Yeah, just at home, it's like, it's time to go.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, and there's not much more to it than that.
I've never cried in a bar before. I can say that comfortably.
Those are the friends you don't take to the bar.
Yeah.
The emotional drunks.
It depends on what they drink. Some people, if they drink wine, they cry, so you don't let them drink that.
You get an upset female that drinks way too much, or is just that person that gets emotional when they drink tequila. Who knows, but it's just hilarious.
Yeah, crying in bars is a little different. Yeah, you approach that a little differently.
Well, I've never cried in a bar before, but I've had a couple friends that have, and think that we just try to see what's happening or calm them down, but usually like when that happens, we just leave.
Start thinking about their problems,
Yeah.
their boyfriends and
Yeah.
girlfriends and all that.
And you can never find your solution
Yeah.
to your problem being at a bar anyway. A bar is what a bar is. A bar is something that you just there and drink. And when they start crying like that, I gotta laugh because I'm not used to it, for one. And number two is that when they just start crying from no reason, I don't really know what to say to them in order to make them feel better or feel at ease or whatever they're feeling. I don't know.
Have I ever? No. Quite a few people though.
I know I used to have a regular that used to come in all the time, and occasionally he would drink too much and then just get real weird. And I'd be like, Charlie, you can't cry in here, man. You need to tighten it up a little bit.
I probably would have left if I heard him, so no.
Not personally, no.
If that's your homie, you gotta console them. This is nothing. You can't leave them hanging. Sometimes you look like the hero. They're like, oh, look at that nice guy helping out a sad friend.
Kind of see him going in that direction and just tighten up, bud. Just need to tighten up. But yeah, crying in bars is not really accepted either. No.
I kind of thinking about it now. I wish I had a friend who could cry on purpose, because I could probably be a new move. We need to write that down.
I'm looking at somebody over here going to like jump off the bench and do something drastic, and you want me to talk to you while you're crying. I don't have time for it.
Yeah, ain't got no time
Yeah,
for it.
can't do that. Sorry.
The crying friend might be the new thing at the bar.
Don't drink and drive, but if you're going to, take a shot of Lump Mints first. Or two.
You know something that happens at bars that we don't like to admit or smell?
Man.
Is that a serious issue? I don't think I've ever heard of anybody concerned about someone crop dusting their way through a bar or a club.
Never done it before, but definitely I think I've been in that situation. And
How rude.
Like crop dusting, or you blatantly went up. I mean, sometimes they slip, but if you're just going around farting on tables,
Yeah,
that's
you're
unacceptable.
just doing
You
too
gotta
much.
go.
You're belligerent, sir. Calm
Belligerent
down. Man,
farts.
calm down.
But I'm sure I probably crop dusted somebody once or twice. Yeah.
I'd recommend not doing that. Probably that's. I can't think of many situations where it's just ideal. You just gotta soldier it up, hold it till you get to your car and leave. And hopefully you're not if you're taking them home, then you gotta struggle. You gotta figure that out. You gotta be like, you gotta hit it. I'll be right back or something, because you don't want to slip in the car either. So it's just don't do it if you can. Get a little bowel control. That's probably you should probably work on that.
They shouldn't even come out. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got that much gas problem in your stomach, you probably shouldn't even come out to the club at all. For real, you really shouldn't.
At least I've never heard of it, or smelt it, or dealt it, for that matter.
You probably just stay at home. You know
Just
what I
stay
mean?
at home.
God, man, because you're gonna clear the bar. I know I couldn't even want to touch anybody that does that.
With a whole bunch of people together anyway, sweating all that stuff, people stink anyway.
Man.
it's everyone's looking at each other it's just, what is that smell? It's just yeah. So when that happens, I just walk away. I'm no, this is yeah.
I think more so when you're serving, the people pissing you off, crop dusted, just drifted on by. Why not? It's a good way to stick it to the customer if they're being an asshole without having to, without having to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Then they start pointing fingers. Oh, you did. Yeah. Nah, I can't do it.
I have been in the bar and just got crop dusted. This guy doesn't care about anything. So that's life. I think we've all been there before. So I'm that's not me. I promise.
I would call it out. I would think I would have to call it out. I don't think I've been crop dusted. I don't know. I mean, you've been standing in bars and somebody's definitely done something terrible.
Oh my God! I'll tell you.
I ain't never had that.
No, if that would ever happen to me, I'm telling you, I don't know. I probably
Plus, it wouldn't be ladylike for a female to fight.
no.
Really
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I would think that she would be like excuse me or something. I need to go to the restroom.
Yeah, go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Release that.
Yeah, press her stomach with an air bubble or something. Man. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of that's almost like a touchy subject right there. I don't know what I'll do. I know I wouldn't stand near or stand by her. I know that. I'll probably just go on by my way. Yeah, probably so.
One time, it was at Vermont Pizza, and Vermont Pizza is it's underground, and it's a very tight place. I mean, so you sometimes like really crowded, and other times it's fine. But I think one time it was I think we were me and my friends, but I think we were by the bar, and we just like start smelling this. It's like funky. I mean, it's just like this funky odor. And I don't know, I just like everyone like started looking at each other. It was just like, and I don't know, I just started like walk off because it was so bad.
I mean, sometimes you got an upset stomach. Depends on what you ate the night before. And if you're working, sometimes just go into the kitchen where it's loud and no one will hear it. Or just rustle some silverware. It's okay. Do it in someone else's section. Don't do it in your own.
So if you think your local bar has what it takes to be on Bar Zone, give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Till next time.